Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the more sport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Today, we're going to be diving into how waking up early starts the night before, right? Like, I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. Wake up early and win the day. Wake up early and win the day, right? But here's the real question. Are you actually setting yourself up to win like the night before, right? Like, you can have all the fucking morning routines in place. All the fucking things you can line up, meditation, prayer, exercise, time for yourself, coffee, time to read. You can have all this fucking activities up in the morning, right? But if you're running on 4, 3, 5 hours of trash sleep, you're already playing from behind, right? Like, think about it. Like, would you hit the track with some bald tires, with some dry rotted bald tires, and expect to have a winning position? Fuck no, right? So why in the hell are you expecting to crush your mornings when you're setting yourself up for failure the night before? Like, think about it, right? And I like to use analogies like that. Like, I said it to one of our friends, like, man, would you show up with bald tires to race? He's like, no, I would fucking lose, right? And I was like, all right, so why the fuck are you showing up to work? You're not working on yourself, right? And he's like, oh, fuck, I never thought about it. I never looked at it like that, right? And so today we're going to be talking about one simple but powerful habit that will change everything for you, right? Which is setting a motherfucking bedtime alarm. If you don't have one, by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly why you need it and how you can use it to become the guy, the fucking man who owns his mornings and his life. You see, success starts the night before, right? The power of a bedtime alarm is as real as it gets, my friends, right? And people are like, oh, why the fuck would you put a bedtime alarm, right? Well, the real fucking answer to that is we all have a fucking set wake up alarm, right? We have to get we have to be at work, we have to do things, we have to, even on the weekends. Most people actually don't have a wake up time on the weekends, but I challenge you to reframe that, right? And actually have a wake up alarm. But let's take it a step further, right? A bedtime alarm. The reason why this is critical is because it really helps you nail down the required sleep, the fucking rest that you need to put into play so that you can actually wake up earlier than you need to so you can fucking crush the day. You see, most people set an alarm to wake up, but high performers set an alarm to go to bed, right? Your morning routine is only as strong as your nighttime discipline. If you have no nighttime discipline, you don't gonna have a fucking productive ass morning routine. And if most of the time, if you don't have a productive ass morning routine, you're gonna have a fucking shitty day. You're gonna be on a reactive mode. You're gonna be like just like all stressed out and attacking problems and not being at your best because you just fucking showed up. Like you just like went and started being reactive with everything, right? And so if you're not disciplined with your nighttime routine, right? Like if you're staying up late, if you're always scrolling through social media till super late, if you're up watching TV till super late, if you're binging Netflix till super late, if you're like fucking having, oh, let me just have one more drink till super late, all this shit sabotages the next day before it even begins. Right? Like, think about it. Like, the difference between a guy who shuts down at, let's say, like 9:30 p.m., and I'm throwing this out there because everyone is different depending on what time you wake up. But let's say the difference between a guy who shuts down at 9:30 p.m. and one who aimlessly stays up past midnight. Who the fuck do you think is going to dominate the morning? And who's the fuck do you think is going to dominate the day? Man, I could just think of several examples already right now in my head. People who stay up late, oh, this night, and they always have the excuse, oh, it's because, I couldn't go to sleep, oh, because this and that. And then in the morning, they're struggling and they're talking about how they don't get a raise and they don't get paid or they don't move up. It's because of the fucking mindset they have, because they're not willing to put into play the habits that will fucking take them forward. And so my actionable tip that I can give you for this is to set a bedtime alarm at least 30 minutes, preferably probably 60 minutes before you want to go to bed, so that you have this as a trigger so you can start winding down, and then you can prepare your body for rest, right? You can start dimming the lights. You can start having no screen time. That's a big one. Maybe you can start reading so you can start winding down. You can start stretching. You could get the house cold. You could just relax and put your mind on kind of just chill mode so that you can get ready to have a good night's sleep. The sleep performance connection here that we're talking about is that waking up early is about recovery. It's not just about willpower, right? Because I've been there. Like, I'm gonna have the willpower to wake up fucking 4 a.m. every day, 4 a.m. every day, 4 a.m. every day, no matter how many fucking hours I gotta sleep. Sometimes 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. And yeah, willpower will take you only so far. But then what happens is that willpower runs out. And if you're not fucking resting, if you're not recovering, towards the end of the week, you're going to be fucking running on fumes. You're going to be foggy. You're not going to be able to concentrate. You're going to be like just running with like some shitty gasoline inside of you because you didn't fucking recover. See, getting up at 5 a.m. or at 6 a.m. for you, or 4 a.m. or whatever the fuck time you get up, isn't a grind if you're getting, if you're like, it's not considered something proactive, right? If you're not getting quality sleep, right? It's when you get up early and you get quality sleep, it's actually a strategic advantage. Sleep is where like your hormones they regulate. Sleep is where like your muscles they repair. Sleep is where like your mind rests, and when you're able to expand the bandwidth because you're fucking giving yourself some time to rest, to relax, to process the things that went out throughout your day, right? You see, when you cut it short, when you cut your sleep short, it makes you weaker. It doesn't make you stronger, right? And I used to like praise about this all the time. Oh, I fucking sleep when I die. Oh, sleep when I die. Oh, fucking go get it. Get it. And fucking try to sleep as little as I could and try to do the most I can. But the problem is that when you look at it, if you were to actually map out your fucking productivity throughout the week, you would notice that the less sleep you get, the less fucking productive you get. And the more fucking wasted time you have during your day. And like, it was a correlation that I never connected, right? Until I really started mapping this shit out. And I was like, yo, if I actually worked a little less, especially took a break when I already feel exhausted, when I feel eliminated, like, and actually got to fucking sleep, put some rest in, recovered, I show up the next day to fucking kill the game, right? And instead of working that next day, let's say 16 hours or 12 hours or 14 or whatever it is that it takes sometimes to fucking get a fucking head in life, and that day maybe I worked only 10 hours, right? Or maybe that day I only did the 8 hours really that was by contract required, right, with your employer. But within those 8 or 10 hours, I fucking did more than I could have done or than I did do the day before working 12, 14, 16-hour days, right? Because the productivity was way higher. I was way more focused. I was way more diligent with what I needed to do. And I wasn't foggy, right? I wasn't fucking just like, oh, and I wasn't all emotional unbalanced because I had no rest and I was all fucking stressed out. No, man. I fucking raised the level of my performance. Right? You see this like with elite athletes. You see this with like top CEOs of companies. You see this with like Navy SEALs. They prioritize consistent sleep schedules because they know that it affects their reaction time. They know that it affects their focus. They know that it affects their discipline. And like, if they don't have the fuel in their tank needed to perform, then a poor night's rest is only going to inhibit how much they get ahead that next day, right? How much they can do, how much they can move the needle, how much productive work they can actually get in, right? And in the case of an athlete, how well he's going to perform. And in a case of a business owner, how fucking much money he's going to make that next day, or how much problems he's going to be able to solve. And the fact of like a Navy SEALs guy, it could be life or death situation, right? So my actionable tip here for you is to really just an hour before bedtime, man. Like, cut out the blue light, cut out the noise, cut out the distraction, cut out the caffeine, probably around 3 p.m. so that by the time you're getting ready to wind down, you can already lock in, right? Like, create a bedtime ritual for yourself that primes your brain to shut off, right? Because if you don't, like I see this, you're on your phone, here on your phone to the moment that you were, all right, fuck it, I gotta go sleep. And you literally put your phone down, but you were on the phone the whole fucking time. And even if you've been in bed for an hour, and I actually have a friend who just came up to mine, like, oh, I stay on my phone and I can't go to sleep past midnight or whatever, and then I gotta wake up early, and then I'm tired, and this. Well, fucking grab your phone and put that shit away and put it outside your room at fucking 9 p.m. And I guarantee you that the first or 2 or 3 nights, you might be there looking at the ceiling, but sooner or later, you're gonna be like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna fucking be distracted. When you eliminate the distractions, you're gonna start fucking going to sleep. And then when you go to sleep early, you're gonna get the rest needed so you can wake up early. And you're not fucking waking up foggy. You're not waking up tired. You're not waking up groggy. You're not waking up in this fucking rushed mood. And you can actually make shit happen during the day. See, owning the first 30 minutes of your day, and I say at least 30 minutes, right? Like, you know, I have a fucking pretty extensive morning routine, and I fucking really nail down what I need to do in the morning before I go work for anybody else, right? Like for me, I fucking wake up, I drink my green juice, I meditate, I pray, I read the Bible, and then I send my text messages to my wife, to my family or friends. I schedule a social media post, and I get to do some exercise, always religiously do some exercise, and then I fucking go work, right? And then people are like, yo, oh, fuck, you manage all that shit because I wake up early. And the days that I don't go to sleep early, that I don't fucking listen to my bedtime alarm and I fucking snooze or I turn it off, I'm struggling the next day, right? And sometimes I have to cut everything short in order to make sure that I have enough, discipline and time to get it in before I gotta go put into work for someone else, right? And it all starts with going to bed early, right? You see, a strong start sets the tone for everything else throughout your day, right? So if you don't start your day on a positive note, if you don't start your day on the good foot, if you don't start your day with being fucking locked in, then you're just gonna be being on reactive mode, right? You see, a chaotic, a rushed morning, it leads to a chaotic and an unproductive day, right? How you wake up dictates your mental and your physical state throughout the fucking day, right? Like look, let's compare two guys, for example, here, right? Let's think about guy number one, right? He wakes up last minute. He hits the snooze button 3 or 4 times. Oh my God, thinking that he's really resting, but he ain't fucking resting the minute that the first one goes off, right? He's literally rushes through a fucking shower. He grabs a coffee all rushed. He probably grabs like a Pop Tart or some shit that's not even healthy or has no protein or no nutritional value, right? And then he runs out the door all stressed to get in traffic, and then he's in a fucking bad mood because he's been rushing since the morning he got up, right? How do you think that guy's day is going to be, right? Right? It's going to be fucking whack, right? Or do you have the other guy in an example? He wakes up earlier than he needs to, right? He fucking drinks his water and his vitamins and his minerals. He fucking moves his body. He sets the intention for the day. He takes control of his mindset. He locks in spirituality. He fucking has intention of what's going to happen that day, right? And then he locks in. And then he's not being rushed. Takes a shower good. He puts on his fucking good music playlist. He's fucking in a good vibe. By the time he hits the door, he has enough time to sit there in his car, let it warm up. And those car guys, you gotta let your shit warm up, right? And you fucking go and get in traffic and you're in a good mood. You're vibing, bro. Like, who the fuck do you think is gonna fucking have a winning ass day, right? It's evident. The second guy, right? And the problem here is that most of us know what we need to do, but we don't fucking do it, right? And so pair your bedtime alarm with a wake up alarm that includes a non negotiable morning routine for you, my friend. Even if it's only fucking 15 minutes, man, of movement, hydration, and your mindset work, literally can change your entire trajectory, my friend. Like, don't just let me preach here. Fucking do it. Implement it. If you want to level up, if you want to take things to the next level, if you want to make more money, whatever the fuck it is that you want more of in your life, it's going to require a different version of you. It's going to require a different level of you. It's going to require for you to man the fuck up and do the things that you're not doing right now, right? Because if you could have achieved that right now, then you would have had them, right? It's going to require you to grow. It's going to require you to expand. It's going to require you to level the fuck up if you want to make more fucking money, if you want to bring more success into your life, if you want people to look up to you, if you want to be the husband, the man, the father, the friend, the family member, everything that people are like, yo, that motherfucking guy takes care of business. Well, it takes you taking care of business for people to say that you actually take care of business. So my question for you as we wrap up this episode is really, are you setting yourself up for success the night before? Or are you just hoping that you're going to wake up feeling motivated and driven? Right? Are you just going to hope for it, or are you actually going to set up the success that you need the night before. And then my challenge for you really here is, at the very least, for the next fucking week, give this shit a try, right? Like, set a bedtime alarm 60 minutes before you want to go to sleep, right? And then use that time to unwind, use that time to cut off your screens, and then commit to a consistent sleep schedule, right? And then watch how much stronger, watch how fucking more sharper, watch how more in control you feel of your fucking day, all because you prepared the night before. And then my final thought here for you really is, you can't win tomorrow if you're losing tonight, right? It's just, you can't win tomorrow if you're losing tonight. If you're willing to procrastinate, if you're willing to put it out, then you are not going to fucking win, right? Waking up early isn't about discipline. It's about strategy and consistency. So own your fucking nights, and your mornings and your fucking life will take care of themselves, my friend. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. By any chance you still haven't subscribed yet, man, go ahead and hit that button so you never miss another episode. And if you connected with today's message, if you resonated with today's message, man, do me a favor, share this on your story, and make sure that you tag me at Wide Open Randy, because those are the actions that help more gearheads to really see and hear about this podcast, and ultimately, that's how our community grows. Catch up with you on the next episode, but till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.